Aries, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week ahead. Now, keep in mind, my friends, these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. So make sure to check out all your placements. And if you're interested in a personal reading, you can find the link for that in the description below. Okay, let's get started for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What is the energy around Aries for the week ahead? Okay, Between Worlds is coming out for you. Bottom of the deck is Mending. Now, both of these cards are sort of appearing in the reversed position for you, Aries. So what that makes me feel for you is that you may not see this coming. You may not see that your efforts and your current momentum is leading you to a new path. Now, the interesting thing about that path is that it may involve sort of a healing process for you. It may involve a healing energy that brings you to a place of forgiveness, a place of creating some mending where there may have been some energy that was sort of disrupted or in a situation where it was kind of hanging loose, not completely resolved and needing some attention. Now, the interesting thing is sort of looking at both of these cards together makes me wonder if you don't see that this path is opening up again. That might be what you don't see coming this week, Aries. You might not see that this has all been leading up to you re-looking at something that had been sort of left, like I said, without the proper closure that it needed for you to feel like this experience was sort of healed or mended, as the card would imply. So this is interesting. You could be experiencing something coming back to heal a situation, and you might not see it coming. When I see this Between Worlds card in reverse, you might not see this, you might not be anticipating or expecting this. And it could sort of come out of nowhere. So you're sort of being guided here to be mindful of your expectations when it comes to this situation, that it might not go in a direction that you saw coming. And you might have to sort of just surrender to it and see how you feel in the moment. This is very interesting. It's sort of a moment where it's like you're going to have the opportunity to look at something from a bigger perspective, and to have this opportunity for healing through forgiveness, through empathy, through sympathy, through the idea of understanding how pain and suffering can be our greatest teachers, and to sort of be open to that process and see how you respond. You may look at this with fresh eyes when it happens. It may be a moment where you understand the truth about something that was, like I said, sort of hanging open without closure for some time. Very interesting start to your reading, Aries. Let's see how the tarot cards will expand on this message for you. Very interesting. Okay, for Aries, let's have a look. There's the Six of Pentacles flying out. Let me get your other cards. There's the Empress in reverse. So this has been something that created a bit of a block for you at one point. And I think you're sort of in balance with it, in the sense of you've had time and distance from this. But I think once this emerges again in your present energy, it feels like it could throw you back into a space where you feel a bit out of balance, out of alignment. I think because you don't see this coming. This could be a bit of a surprise moving towards you. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. So it's interesting. This, for some of you, this could be a relationship that sort of was left without closure, and it suddenly reappears to offer you that closure, and it's sort of unexpected. Or this could be a reflection of, it doesn't necessarily have to have been a relationship, but this could be appearing to demonstrate that this allows you to look at something from a different perspective. Sometimes I see the Two of Cups as being a moment where we really look at ourselves with honesty and see something in ourselves that is very revealing. It doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship, but since it's a general reading, it definitely could. It feels like this is going to allow you to sort of expand or transform, transition into a new space where, see the Six of Wands here, where you feel victorious. I feel like this is something you need to see through, whether or not this leads to a reunion with someone where they stay in your life, or an experience that sort of re-emerges in your current energy. It feels like regardless of how it moves in this current space, you will be victorious, Aries. You're going to be in balance, and you're going to be sort of victorious, successful. You're going to be back on your horse again, if you will. And it's interesting. I think this Empress is appearing in reverse just because this is unexpected. You don't see this coming, and it might throw you off initially. I think that it won't throw you off for long, though. You're very much in a place of balance here. I think it's just going to be a little bit overwhelming, a little unexpected. It could lead you to feel a little bit out of alignment, even though you've, I think, done quite a bit to get yourself into a space of harmony and alignment. This might throw you off temporarily, I think, because you don't see it coming and it's not on your radar right now. Bottom of the deck now is the Star card. So there will be healing. There will be some part of you that feels, again, like you're on top again after this moment. And I feel like you're actually going to have a chance to bring closure to something that you may have thought, well, I guess that's just how that story ends. And I think you've moved on and you've moved past it. So again, you don't necessarily see this coming. Let's see the outcome here. Outcome, we see the Two of Swords. So it could lead to a place where you start to sort of wonder and maybe see an opportunity for that forgiveness and healing. And it's interesting, there's the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So that makes me think that for some of you, the decision that you face in the Two of Swords may be a question of, do I want this person back in my life or not? Should I just take the closure and the forgiveness and just continue on with my own journey that I've been working on? Or should I invite this person back into my life? Should I plant a seed that allows this to bloom again? And it's interesting because as I was looking at that Page of Pentacles, I noticed you have the Eight of Cups in reverse on the bottom of the deck. So that really makes me think, Aries, that for you, you're almost going to have a decision to make of whether or not to reconnect emotionally to something from the past that comes back, wanting closure, wanting forgiveness, needing forgiveness. I don't know that this person wants closure. They, in some cases, depending on, again, this is general, this person may want back in your energy. They may want back in your life in this present moment. And I think for some of you, this is going to be a moment of pause where you're going to have to choose very consciously, very mindfully, whether or not you want that, or whether or not it's just good enough to sort of have that closure, forgiveness, and then go back to your regularly scheduled path. I think for some of you, you're going to have a moment of pause here where you're going to think, oh boy, do I want this back, or should I just take the closure and move forward? It's going to be interesting. Again, you don't necessarily see this coming. You don't necessarily see how it could lead to a new path, but the option is available. It feels very much available in your current energy And seeing that Eight of Cups on the bottom of the deck says that there was once a very strong emotional attachment here. I feel that with this mending card as well. And that it's going to be up to you yet again to decide, do you want to invite this back in, or should we leave it closed and you continue moving on where you've been doing just fine, I think, without this energy in your present experience. But regardless, I feel like you're going to stay on top here. And whether or not you invite this person back in could, it almost feels like it could be a new beginning when I see that Page of Pentacles, but I don't think you're confident that anything's necessarily changed. So that'll have to depend on you really trusting yourself when this happens. In the moment of this, trust your instincts, trust your gut, trust your intuition, and be open to close this and offer forgiveness for yourself to heal if there's still room for that. But, it's interesting. You'll have to decide how you feel about it when it happens to see whether or not you want to start over with this person or this experience or whatever this return is. It's en route and you're going to have a decision to make, it looks like. All right, Aries, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you for joining me. I hope this has been helpful and resonated for you. And thank you so much for being with me for this reading today. Sending you so much love and light, my friends. Take care.